Hey everybody, this is Brett, and today I have an enema how-to video for you. And if you watch this whole video, you're going to know everything about how to do an enema. And believe me, I do know everything. And the first thing that you need to know is that it's best to get yourself a nice stainless steel enema bucket. These are so much better for not getting any kind of plastic into your body. But I sell these on my website, so check them out under the cleansing products part. The rubber hose on this is not rubber. It's made out of like silica. It's medical grade silicone. And that's all natural. That's a good rubber. Okay? So another thing that you should know is that when you load this, the water needs to be just body temperature, which is 98.6, is that right? But yeah, if it's too hot, then it won't be comfortable. If it's too cold, it won't be comfortable. So you need to get used to just kind of feeling, you know, like feeling the water. And you'll get after you've practiced, you'll know what the right temperature is. Now I have a really good video called 9 Signs That You Need to Do an Enema. I believe that's the name of it. And so if you're not sure whether or not you need to do an enema, watch that video first. I like to use coconut oil as the lubricant. You have to lube your anus so that the tip will go in there. And you always want to use natural oils. And I've learned from the book Healing with Whole Foods and from other sources that unrefined oils are what you want to put in and on your body. It should always say unrefined on the bottle. Whenever you're doing a lot of cleansing, because probably you're not feeling good, it's important to do these Psyllium Bentonite shakes. And I will fill these up to about there, a quart jar. And then I'll add a full spoon of psyllium husk, and I like Mountain Rose Herbs products for this. And I like them because largely they come in this kind of a plastic container. This clear plastic stuff is one of the safer plastics. And you need to educate yourself on plastics and which ones are safe and which ones are not. Like PVC is not. And also psyllium seed. Not quite as much psyllium seed. This creates a slippery effect so that it doesn't bite so much. Okay, the husk bites and scrapes, kind of like apple pectin, okay? And the psyllium seed helps to keep it moving so that it doesn't do that so much. And you have to adjust the different levels of seed versus husk. If you're getting constipated, you want to add more seed. If you're not, then you want to add more husk. Okay, the husk gets the job done faster. Each has a purpose. Okay, then you need to make bentonite clay, liquid bentonite clay. And the bentonite clay comes in a powder, and what you do is you mix it in your blender with water until you get about that consistency. Okay? And then you take a full big fat spoon of that and add it to that and that to get what I just drank. Okay, so there are several reasons why we need to consume psyllium bentonite shakes when we're changing our diets and when we're not feeling good and we're cleansing, etc. And it's because, first of all, we need to absorb the toxins that are in our digestive systems, and we don't want those to get reabsorbed and into our blood, because then we're going to feel better. We're trying to move all of that out. And so you need to alternate in between meals by consuming at least 1 or 2 of these a day. And what it does is it cleans up any residue that's left over from our not eating enough fibrous foods. And most people don't. They're consuming way too mucky of foods. But that's why you need to consume continually more fibrous foods and a cleaner and healthier diet, more fruits and vegetables. And the other reason is because the psyllium acts as a substitute for us not consuming enough fiber, and it helps the digestive system to have better peristalsis and grab onto the poo and move it along. If it's not, you know, grippy enough, then it's not going to help it to move along very well. And that's why we need to, you know, like I said, consume more fibrous foods regularly. Okay, so when you do an enema, the higher you get this bucket placed, the higher you get it, obviously the faster the water is going to flow. And, you know, doing an enema is not a pleasant thing, and you want to get it done as quickly as possible. I do anyway. Some people, I mean, they think of it as a relaxing thing, but for me it's kind of a miserable thing, getting all this toxic crap out of my body. So I get it really, place it really high so that it'll get the job done faster. The next thing that you need to know is that you need to do as many buckets as it takes in order to get the water to come out of you clear. Okay, you want to completely clear out your large intestine fully. And this may take, like for me, at least 6, 7, 8, or even 10 buckets. And it may take a couple of hours of continual rinsing to get all of the toxins out. Then you may need to, after you've done your first enema session, do another enema session as early as 12 hours later, or the following day, or maybe 2 days later. Because if you haven't done an enema for a while, you need to clear out your whole digestive system. And just clearing out your large intestine once will probably not do the job for you. And they say that doing colonics will clear it out better. I don't believe that that's the best way. I believe that doing consecutive enema sessions over a period of several days is what's going to really get you to start feeling better. So after you've loaded the water into your large intestine, it's good to shake it up. So you're laying there on your back, or if you want you can turn over onto your knees and shake the large intestine really good. And that'll help to break up that which is caked on the outside, the walls of your digestive system, and get it into the water so that you can move it out. So the cleansing and diet changes that I'm talking about are a process that takes years and years, even decades, or a whole lifetime. Okay, it's a journey. And when we're born, and then when we're in our teens and our 20s even, whatever, we don't know, or we weren't taught all of the good things that we are learning now about how to eat right, etc. And during that time, we were eating pizza and cheese and all of the things that create accumulation in our body. And that accumulated matter it takes a long time to get out. It's stuck in our joints, it's stuck in our livers, it's stuck in our tissues, etc. And you can't just do a 2 or 3 week cleanse product that you buy at the health food store, and then in a month you think that you're going to be all completely better. That's not how it worked. You accumulated all of that muck over many, many years, and it's going to take many, many years to get it all out. And you know that I just tell you the truth. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. And so, let's see. So when you first start cleansing and changing your diet, you may be allergic to a lot of things. You may be sensitive to a lot of things because you've kind of put off this healing for a long time. And you put it off, and for whatever reason, you put it off, and you've gotten to this point of where it's like a breaking point. Like an alcoholic reaches rock bottom. My father was an alcoholic, and he had to reach rock bottom, like damn near ready to kill himself before he changed. And you may be in this situation with your diet, of where your digestive system is so freaking toxic. You've got such bad gas and your bowel movements are so poor. And then when you go to start changing your diet and do all of these good things, you know, juicing and sprouts and all of this and raw foods, etc., you're going to start to break up all of the worst shit. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so that it will have better rankings and so that more people will be able to see it. Thanks so much. You're just not used to eating beans because you've eaten meat with every single meal. And, you know, it's going to take a lot of time. People will be like, oh, I can't eat beans. They give me gas. Well, that's how it's going to be, baby. And, you know, that's why it's important to do these psyllium bentonite shakes so that you don't have so much of those problems, you know, and it helps you to move the poo through. But even that can kind of create constipation. And you may have to get completely off of meat if you're really, really acidic. You may have to get completely off of any really heavy foods if you've been having, you know, like circulation problems, heart problems, you know, anything that's, if you've really consumed a lot of hydrogenated oils and fast foods in the past, it's not going to be easy for you in the beginning. It gets easier over time. But bear in mind, this life is never going to be totally easy. Even if you get your life completely in order, everyone else is still in a shambles, and you got to help them out. So that, you know, I mean, that's part of this deal here. And that's why I make these videos. So I want to thank you so much for joining me, and if you have any questions about your healing, you want to do a consultation, I'd be happy to do that. And I don't ask for very much money. Just a $25 or more donation would be acceptable. Thank you so much for joining me. Be well.